coming soon to Patreon. A dog's a better actor than Brie Larson, and Ludacris fans get furious fast. Plus, over 310 bonuses to watch in the back catalog, Bug Buckley on Discord, and more at patreon.com/doseofbuckley. Is it possible I'm too stubborn for my own good?
Yes!
Scream my remaining 30,000 or so viewers who are still watching a guy who puts together videos in software from 1999 and 2003 spout opinions that haven't changed since 2009? Oh. Well, here's the good thing. You know by now that I'll never turn on you. I'll never flip my opinions to something more popular just for the sake of being liked by the cool kids. What some may call stubborn, I call dependable. But listen, I get it. Sometimes people change. They grow. For example, who among us can truly say they haven't taken 1,000 dicks in a single day, seen what the world thinks of them, and decide that maybe they need to make some changes in their lives? Let he or she who hasn't participated in a 12-hour gangbang cast the first stone, I say. So, if you've never heard of Bonnie Blue or Lily Phillips, what days does your choir meet? But they're like the final bosses of OnlyFans girls. The two friends turned rivals spent most of last year fighting over who could sleep with the most men, with Bonnie claiming that Lily stole the idea of sleeping with 1,000 men in a day from her. Then Lily doing a test run with 100 men to see if it was even possible, only for Bonnie to claim she'd already done it. And then OnlyFans deleting both their videos because neither of them could verify the ages of the, participants. And so, their efforts were all for naught. They would then keep trying to top each other with more absurd ideas, and kept copying each other in other bizarre ways. After all that, Bonnie teased that she might be pregnant, so Lily pretended to be pregnant. Neither of them thankfully have procreated. Yet. But now, they both decided to ride the latest trend. Reverse cowgirl, no doubt. Switching to conservatism. I didn't want to talk about this so soon after the Nicki Minaj video, but it's just such a funny topic. Last month, Newsweek reported that Bonnie Blue endorses right-wing Donald Trump ally. Story goes that Bonnie, a self-proclaimed feminist, so kind of a liberal position, had just got arrested in Indonesia for breaking their indecency laws, filming pornography in public there, as we've all done. But going to another country and disobeying their laws is going to be really funny in a moment, because shortly after that, she writes an article for the conservative newspaper The Spectator titled, "I Stand with Nigel Farage," where she talked about his sensible immigration laws, which involve tighter restrictions and demanding that they speak better English. Gee, demanding that visitors to the country observe that country's customs and laws? Strange that you don't practice what you preach there, Bonnie, going to other countries and breaking their laws because you feel you should be allowed to do whatever you want. Anyway, right-wing Brits are a little divided. One MP said, "We'll take votes wherever we can get them, taking it anyway from anyone." Well, it does sound like Bonnie. Well, another MP called Bonnie a sick poison, and that Nigel and his party should have entirely condemned what she stands for. So, reactions are mixed, it's fair to say. Hey, not everyone's gonna get along at the orgy. So, old Lily sees this and goes, "An article? Well, I can do better than that," and records herself getting baptized. Now, she's no stranger to being covered in fluids, so I'm sure a 1-second dunking isn't a problem at all. In an interview with the Daily Star, she talked about how she was baptized as a baby, but then church, kinda got away from her. This is my favorite quote. She says, "I do pray. It really depends on what's going on in my life, but it can range from 5 to 10 minutes. I don't need to be in a church to pray." This got really Australian. "Sometimes I have a chat in bed at night." Sometimes I have a chat with God in the same bed that a bunch of dudes have fucked me in for content that I sell to men to jerk off to. Brush a few pubes off the side of the bed before doing your Lord's Prayer. I don't know if she's setting up the full grift here, like that she's going to become a right-wing podcaster. She claims that adult content, has definitely taken a back seat. I'm still trying to figure it out, but I am just trying to prioritize other things going into 2026. But as of writing this, you can see her taking it in the back seat over on OnlyFans for only $5 for the next 31 days, where she declares herself your 24-year-old English cum slut. And if you go to her Instagram, well, she seems pretty busy still. every single one of these pictures were posted after the baptism. So, I don't really know what the game is here. Maybe she's positioning herself as porn for the pious? Listen, we all know conservatives consume porn. Christianity Today did a report a couple of years ago that said 54% of practicing Christians watch porn sometimes, so all the time, and that 1 in 6 pastors struggle with porn. The other 5 ain't struggling, they find it just fine. I mean, to be fair, most of those girls end up on their knees at some point. But hey, who knows? What if heaven has a quota we don't know about? You get there and St. Peter goes, hold on. You only had sex with 2 people your entire life? Oh, I'm sorry, but the quota here is 1,000. Step aside, please. You'll be going to super hell. Next, please. Oh, Miss Phillips. Oh, welcome. We've been waiting for you. Boy, will your face be red. But you know, why does it always seem to be liberal-leaning people who become conservative? What does it take for a conservative to turn liberal? Well, apparently the answer is, get turkey-basted by Elon. You remember Ashley St. Clair? I did a video about her being one of Muskie's broodmares and how that wasn't going as well for her as she'd hoped. Well, she recently spoke out about the whole Twitter AI porn thing. You don't spend a lot of time on there. Grok, that's Twitter's AI, gets asked like once every second to take a photo of a woman, or in some cases a young girl, and put them in various bikinis or to take their clothes off. I guess this happened to Ashley. She wasn't thrilled about it, and not long after speaking out about it, Elon took away her blue check mark. How dare you criticize my porn-making machine? So then she tweets, "Hey guys, I'm starting to think the 44 billion wasn't for free speech." And then she goes full lib. So for context, Ashley became a right-wing darling in the first place by writing a children's book called Elephants Are Not Birds. Let me just read you the back here. Can a beak and wings make an elephant a bird? Kevin the elephant has always loved to sing. When a vulture named Culture suggests that Kevin is actually a bird, he embarks on an adventure exploring reality, identity, and truth. Kids will love following Kevin's exploits and participating in the Brave Challenge, a collection of games and discussion questions to help children think through the topic of gender identity. When someone recently asked her about engaging in blatant transphobia, she says, "I feel immense guilt for my role, and even more guilt that things I said in the past may have caused my son's sister more pain." Her son's sister, she's referring to, is Elon's trans daughter, who he effectively disowned. So that's quite the 180, huh? I also haven't said much on this, but I have gone back and forth over whether my voice would be helpful on the issue, since it will be framed as disingenuous or just turning I'm scorned. Yeah, no shit, because it should be. Either you wrote the book without actually believing those things, all because you wanted the attention of the right wing, to get in their good graces, to convince Elon to let you have one of his babies so he'd give you money, or at least that's what you thought would happen. Or you did believe those things, but now that Elon hurt your feelings, and all the people you thought liked you are all going, "Hey Grok, let me see your titties, she can't do shit about this, free speech." You're now just saying things you know will hurt their feelings. Or, option C, you don't have any deeply held beliefs whatsoever and will just fucking flip-flop based on whoever you think will be your friend. Like a girlfriend whose political views are whatever my boyfriend thinks. So, shoe on head apparently? So wait, Buckley, are you saying that no one's allowed to change their mind ever for any reason? Yes. No, that's not what I'm saying. But when these people are so public about it, you have every right to question how performative it is, or what their motivations might be. Why the fuck is Lily posting her baptism? That should be between her and God, not her, God, and the tens of thousands of people who whack off to her. Seems like she's setting something up, because that's her whole life. Everything she posts is marketing. Is Ashley gonna say, give the money back for writing that book? Or maybe donate it to, say, Crisis Text Line or some other service for kids who need mental health support? When she's saying this on her fucking baby daddy's website, knowing full well that it would get back to him, which it did by the way, and now he's threatening to take the child away from her, yes, it comes across as petty and selfish rather than a true change of heart. So yeah, I'm stubborn. But maybe being stubborn is good. You don't like my opinions all of a sudden? Then I know it's not me, it's you. You know who I trust more than those people? That 54% of Christians who admit to watching porn. Those are some honest motherfuckers. Dropping loads for the Lord. Now I lay me down to sleep. I pray the Lord my sheets to keep dry. If I die before I wake, pray the Lord my search history to take. If I should live for other days, I pray the Lord to guide my ways to even hotter gooning material. Amen.